welcome to another 5-star finishes microcement training video. This is a little different from the other videos that you've seen before. This is actually our training video that we took at our own warehouse here for one of our courses that runs 5 days. It's $5,000 for 5 days. It's about 38 to 43 hours of training depending on the size of the showers that we build and the skill set of the people that are there as well. During the course, we also have 2 or 3 1-hour to 1.5 hour talks going over surface prep, primers, sealers, how to do fireplaces, how to do floors, how to do microcement showers. I also go over all of the different products that we manufacture. You can see all of our samples. We have maybe 50 different samples that we show you so you can see all the different products and how they look. I also show you all of the different tools and trowels and discuss which ones are used for which product and the specific types of trowels we like to use in each circumstance. As you can see here, this is a course where we're doing full-size showers. They all have some type of board on them. We do switch the boards up depending, sometimes it's moisture resistant drywall, sometimes it's hardy backer board. This particular one you saw in that first frame is hardy backer board. It's all prepared as we described in our previous videos and application guides using ProSet 60 or Fast Set, all sanded smooth and ready for the Ardex 8+9 primer. Here I'm just showing the tape joints that a lot of people will actually run their trowels up and down against those joints rather than across, like more of a butt joint, say if you were doing drywall plaster. You want to make sure in your first coat that you're actually hiding as much of the imperfections as possible, because if you don't, you're going to continue to highlight that. And also on the first coat, you have the opportunity to produce the thickest amount of plaster possible. And it's really your best opportunity to hide all of those imperfections. If your 8+9 has some, little raised sections or little nicks or dags, you can use a sander and lightly knock those down with 220 grit. Sometimes we'll actually sand our second coat a little bit and then do one final layer of Ardex 8+9. All 4 of these people have very different backgrounds. Some of them are drywallers, some of them do multiple different trades, some are hairdressers that kind of dabble in plaster, and another gentleman here from the island is a painter, but also quite skilled with a trowel. Even if you're a painter or a plumber or any other type of trade, if you don't have a lot of skill set with a hawk and trowel, surprisingly enough, a lot of people still do quite well with our course, and I do go over how to hold your hawk, how to use and control your plaster, and the showers are large, but they're not so large that even if you're a little slow with a hawk and trowel, you do manage to get through them in the 5 days. I try to set up the workflow so that it's easy enough for you to get through it, and then I can also lend a helping hand if need be. The floors are usually either hard pack with the Speed Slope product, which we recommend in our showers, or we actually have tile on the floors, and as you could see in the original frames there, we teach you how to use our Extreme Primer Plus, fill the grout joints, let that dry, and then we actually prime over it with the Extreme Primer Plus diluted as recommended in our application guide. We prime all the walls with Laplex, with quartz primer, we prime the tiles, we prime everything, specifically explaining which primer is used over which substrate and how the entire system is developed right from the wood substructure up to the final finish. Everyone here was taught how to mesh the floors, how to mesh the back wall. In our last, this is a couple courses ago, but in our last course we actually had everyone mesh all of the different walls, and we built the showers a little bit larger as well. we're going to be opening up this space to be double the size, and we're going to raise the ceilings in the other space up to the 10 feet as well. So everyone will have probably a 8-foot high shower, and we're going to increase the size of the walls as well. All of the surfaces here have received our microcement base coat, wall and shower, and also the microcement base coat floor. You can see there that's already had its second coat of base coat and is starting to get burnished and smoothed down. We always use the flexible base coat trowel for the first 2 coats of the microcement base coat. There you can see Corey's joint line is still there, so we're going to encourage him to kind of make that more of a butt joint on that second base coat to make sure that it's hidden. Your walls should look pretty much perfect before you start doing your top coats, or you could run into issues and have some imperfections in your walls. If you're kind of a DIY or still starting out in microcement, or even sometimes if the prep isn't good with professionals, in our case, sometimes we do actually do 3 coats over problem walls of the base coat just to make sure that they look perfect. You never want to proceed to a top coat if your walls don't look good after your base coats, because you won't be able to hide those imperfections. Here we're doing the second coat of the microcement base coat floor product. All those walls are looking really nice and starting to dry. Although you can see those tape lines, it's just due to them being a little bit more thick, and as they dry they will kind of even out. There we've got a fake little drain for you. That one's over tile. This floor here is over hard pack. And you can see like all of these people had never done microcement before, and their product is 80 to 90% perfect. There might be a few little imperfections, a few joint lines, but we do try our best, and we do allow you the full 8 hours or even sometimes 9 hours during the day, and help you to achieve a really nice product. We don't want it to be a course where you're not being successful and not really producing a final product that you'd be happy with. So each shower here, as you'll see at the end, really turned out beautifully, and each person produced what I would say would be a finished shower that you could quote for and get paid for and actually offer to your clients. And as you continue to work with the system and continue to hone your skills, you're going to get quicker and better. I think with our system and the amount of DIY people across North America and Canada that have used this system over the past 5 or 6 years, almost everyone's been successful with the system. It's just that a lot of people spend a lot longer working with the products than, say, a professional would. For large projects for us will take 6 to 10 days. And a lot of people that are starting out, I hear DIYs or people that are starting out with the system, they might take 2 or 3 weeks, or even sometimes people take months to do their bathrooms. But the finish is always beautiful. All the components of the system really work well together. It's just about becoming more efficient and working with it. But if you are slow and you just take your time and do wall by wall, you will end up with a beautiful shower at the end, even if you're just starting out. So here we're offering, let me see, we've got the microcement synergy on the floor. And then we did the microcement fine, extra fine, and the extra coarse. And we tinted them just some basic colors for this course. We've got a white, we've got some slate gray, we did a black, and then we also did maybe like a light black and blue. Now you can see here, Paul's still working with the flexible base coat trowel there. And some of the other people will be working with plastic trowels, or we got them to try the new ProFlex Bianco trowel there, which is my personal favorite for flooring. The ProFlex trowel is very expensive, but probably the best trowel for doing all floors. We don't use anything else on our floors now except that ProFlex trowel. Because it's a Bianco trowel, it doesn't pull or tear at the grains in any layer. And if you push a lot really hard down into the product with it, you can actually kind of hydroplane over it, and just the water and the cream comes out, but it doesn't tear at your base coats or your top coats. So that's kind of our new favorite trowel to use on all of the microcement floor systems. Because these are darker colors for most part, if they're darker, then we're going to continue to use that ProFlex base coat trowel for darker colors on your first top coat. Or if they're lighter colors, or if the wall has some imperfections in it, we'll switch to the Pavon plastic trowels, usually the 1mm trowel. I tend to like the softest, most flexible trowels for Venetian plaster these days. The stiffer the blade gets, I think the worse your finish is. The only time I'd recommend stiffer blades in the plastic sections is for burnishing, or if you've got a large wall and it's a little bit hotter and dry, and you're going to need that stiffer blade to take off that excess and really smooth it down. So I highly recommend investing, if you're going to be using our systems quite often, in all of the different trowels that we recommend, because you really do need everything on hand to complete a project. So here Paul's getting the chance to work with the fine product, and he's doing a final texture there, kind of an old world skip texture. So we're teaching you different textures, different products. We're going to be using different tools, the concrete look texturing tool as well in a minute. See, everyone's been provided. All these trowels are provided for free. We have everything on site, all buckets, all materials, all product, tape, knee pads, safety goggles, earplugs, all the different trowels, hawks, everything is provided with the course. So with the $5,000, all you have to do is show up. The only thing we don't provide is your lunch each day, but everything that you see in this video is provided for free during the 5 days of the course. Now we give people some tips and tricks about how to do everything. I'm there for the 8 hours each day, and I am the one filming as well, and constantly kind of monitoring and helping people with how to hold the trowel and how to apply the plaster, and finding all of the little errors in their application, and then guiding them so that their product does become, you know, a 5-star finish. So here people are now using the small and medium Bianca trowel, so everyone's getting a different chance to try all the different trowels in the different circumstances. This is a charcoal product here, and you'll see they're going to start texturing with the concrete look texturing tool. I'm not telling anyone exactly what to do, I just provide guidance on what they can do, different techniques. So I taught Alicia here how to use the side of the trowel and drag. Bernabe here, he was doing a different type of drag, which is more of like a travertine finish. So I'll just demo all of these, and then you're free to do as you please on your wall and create your own custom finish. Here we're moving on to the floor now. This is the Microcement Synergy, showing how we paint it on over top of that top coat fine, and the wet on wet application, and how we're smoothing that down using plastic trowels and able to create a really beautiful, smooth, polished concrete look, which is, to my knowledge, kind of only available through our company at the moment. Here you can see these beautiful textures. Anytime you're texturing any type of concrete looks or Venetian plasters, the parts that you're tearing will also go much darker than the finished color. So if you're kind of scraping at it, etching at it, doing anything like that, you're gonna get that dichotomy of light and dark there. So where there's more plaster, it hydrates more and it actually flashes a much lighter color. And where you're taking off the product and it dries more quickly, it will go much darker. These are kind of the finished stalls. This would be day 5 now. And everyone here on the 5th day, it's a full sealer day. So we go over all the different sealers, penetrating sealers, poly seal, microcement consolidator, which is a new product that we're going to be adding to the site soon. The only product we're not using, which is generally part of the system, is the poly WB, and that's just because it takes overnight to dry before we can put the oil over it. So we're going to be using multiple layers of poly seal and then just putting the high wear straight over top of that after lunchtime. We also provided everyone an opportunity to use different pearlescents, so you can add pearlescents into the poly seal and create white or black or any type of mica finishes in your shower floors. So here Corey is playing around with the black and the silver pearlescent poly seal that we provided. We also cover the stain shield as if you're doing feature walls, fireplaces, powder rooms. There they're rolling the stain shield on there. We're teaching them how to apply it, what type of naps to use, how to control joint lines and not get flashing when you're applying it. All day long I'm discussing with everyone and talking about all of the different finishes and every type of problem that you could have on site and all the different things that I've learned over the years. We did a high wear finish. I believe we did a stain shield finish. One finish there Corey's actually staining with the color top water-based stain, so you also learn that technique. And then we put poly seal and our ultra matte sealer over top of that. It's an extremely comprehensive course, and most of the people that you see in this video are actually doing quite a bit of work now on their own. We've had quite a bit of success stories with other people that have trained in their courses as well. And I also stay in touch with most of the people too, and like to form friendships and connections and integrate everyone into the business somehow, or send them work, or do whatever I can to help them continue to grow in this industry. These are some of the final beautiful finishes that they all created. As you can see, most of these people had never worked with microcement before, and these really are fully functional, stunning showers that were produced through their first time. So this training course is really designed to show you all the steps and to help you really produce a proper finish, so that when you go and do your own shower for someone and people are paying you, you have the confidence that you can produce something, every single step inside and out. And you can also ask me questions, and I'll help you through your initial projects, and also provide draft orders and substrate prep and anything else that you need to be successful with your project. So thank you very much for watching this video, and we're going to be releasing another microcement training course very soon. We usually do 2 or 3 per year, so another one will be coming up in October or November, and I'll actually be releasing this video and the dates very soon. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.